What's up, everybody? It's New to Kicks here. Finally getting around to doing this review. As you see here, I got the we'll call it the Levi's pack. They came out a few weeks ago. Now, as you can see, I'm only missing one pair that I plan to swing back around and grab. Quick update to anybody who saw my short. Um, if you didn't see my short, I made a short, stating that I was gonna sell my entire collection in bulk. Fortunately, the dude I was gonna sell it to just hit me with an offer that was way too low. Basically, hit me with about half of what my bottom asking price was. So, yeah, it didn't make sense for me to sell that low. And I understand, he's buying in bulk and then has to individually sell each pair over time. So it's going to take a while for him to get his profit, but he was going to more than double, his investment if I sold it to him that low. It's basically offering me, I had 120 pairs, give or take. It's basically offering me $50 per pair. You know what I mean? And I'm not that desperate. I'd rather be the one to take the time to sell, one at a time, a few at a time, and get the maximum return on investment possible. Um, so yeah, so that's that. Which is honestly, it's kind of a relief, man, because uh, it was gonna make me really sad to get rid of all my pairs. But the plan was to sell the entire collection, and then use like seed money, if you will, to prepare and get the tools, if you will, to start copying multiple pairs at a time. I needed a nice little nest egg to be able to pull the trigger and drop, 1,000, 2,000, 2,000, 3,000 bucks and buy several pairs of like the hype stuff so that I can, you know, make profit, right? Have multiple pairs of some hype stuff and profit and start flipping. I was gonna, start over, rebuilding a new collection because that's fun, man. Watching your collection grow. So I was like, hey, let's clean the slate, start over. Why not? But it looks like that's not going to be the case. I will thin it out and then take it from there. So let's get into it. So let's talk about the obvious, probably the most criticized pair. You already know what I'm going to say. What most people say, it looks like the black cement. Why would anybody buy this? It looks so much like the black cement. So got a black cement right here in preparation for this video. So let you look at that. Look at the similarities, right? And look at the heel tab. The leather is, the denim is super thin. Yeah, even look how wide the collar is, or where you slide your foot in. But yeah, this because it's got the leather upper. It's gray right here where the eyelets are, or whatever they're called, the lace tabs. So yeah, it looks a lot, basically the same midsole, except for it has gray on the outsole instead of black. So yeah, definitely looks a lot like the black cement. And the other critique I have about of this pair is if it was all denim like this one and this one, but they made the upper leather, and then the toe box, the heel, and the collar is denim. I think it would have been better if they had made this all denim, and then you can distress distress it like people are doing with this pair and the other pair, the Los Angeles pair. So I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna sell this one. I didn't even want this one. The reason I got it is because when Arts and Rec did a first come first serve, my plan was to get these, but the day before Nike had postponed the release for quality issues or something like that, so they had these in stock at the store, but they they got word and they decided not to sell them. And I told the dude, I was like, yo, let us look at them, man, and if I'm cool with it, let me take it. But he was like, hey, the boss said don't sell them, so we're not selling them. That was on a Tuesday, and then on Friday they sold them. So so I ended up getting it on Friday, but I wasn't even planning on getting this one. So instead of being empty handed, I was like, well, let me get this pair now, and then if I can, get the blue pair. So that's what I did. Now, this isn't a bad looking pair. If you don't have the black cements, this is a nice alternative, right? This is a nice alternative. It's almost the same shoe. You don't have like the red eyelets or whatever. It's got the denim around the outside, so it's very similar to the black cements, and it's not a bad looking shoe, man. It actually does go kind of nice, the contrast with the leather and the denim, but might as well get black cements if you're gonna get, might as well go with the OG instead of getting a pair that looks like the OG. But yeah, it's a good alternative. You got the extra laces as well, so that's another thing. I gotta get on it. I gotta get on my lace swatching videos for these, so gotta get on that. Now let's talk about the blue pair. So what's really great about these pairs, and one of the great things specifically, is that they're not hyped up. These are not hyped. They're not selling. They're basically slightly above retail right now. I think at least these two are. I'm not sure about this one, but you're not gonna pay too much above retail for these. And the fact that they're not hyped, it makes it the perfect pair to kind of customize, right? Like, for example, I always have trouble with like the SB Dunks. I got some right here. So the SB Dunks like these. Now this pair, I forget what it's called, Cinema or something like that. City of, I forget what they're called. But with these, it's got the outer, the layer that you can cut, and it's red underneath. So like shoes like this, whether they're Dunks or Jordans that you can kind of customize, I'm always hesitant to do it, you know what I mean? Don't want to mess up, don't want to regret cutting the upper or whatever. Oh, excuse me. Don't want to regret cutting it, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of, now this is not a hyped pair either. This is under retail for sure, but I do like the designs on the outside, so I'm kind of like, I don't want to cut it just to have like a plain red. I might just do like the swoosh or something eventually, but I'm always hesitant to like customize. And then you've got like shoes with the upper that's the paint wears away, so you can kind of customize it that way. Yeah, I'm always hesitant to do that. But when a shoe is not hyped, there's no demand for it, makes it the perfect pair to have fun with. And so I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. There's already some people on YouTube showing, their process on how to, bleach them or whatever to get that distressed look. And that's what's great about these right here. You can customize them. You can, make the denim look faded and distressed and discolored and make it your own without feeling like you ruined a grail. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to do that with like a Travis Scott, Jordan 1. You're not going to want to customize it, hit it with a marker, repaint it. I mean, some people might, you know what I mean? If you got it like that and you're not worried about decreasing the value of it, and you just want to, be unique, and express yourself artistically in fashion or whatever. Yeah, you can do that, I guess, but most people are not gonna customize like a grail. So the fact that these are just bricks, so to speak, makes it the perfect pair to customize. You won't have any remorse making this your own. So I really like that about these. I honestly can't wait to distress this pair and get it discolored. I think that's going to look so much better than just a crispy navy blue denim, right? I think, because I've seen some people's pairs online, how they look, and they look pretty cool. It's nice, you know, it's nice. Like the faded jeans, you know, we're in that fashion era where torn, faded stuff, you know, distressed stuff is in fashion, right? So I think this will go well along those lines of, you know, fashion trends to have them distressed, faded, and whatnot. Extra laces, of course. Oh, I do like the hang tags as well. All of them can come with the hang tag, the Levi's hang tag with the chain instead of the little plastic, which is great. Everybody loves the chain. I want to, you can probably order chains like this like on Amazon. So I want to do that, get some chains for the other pairs that I got that only came with that little plastic. Cut that little plastic and throw the chain on, you know. So yeah, the blue pair. Not a bad looking shoe overall. It's not hyped. It's a pretty cool, this is a pretty cool little pack, you know. Not gonna get overcharged if you didn't get these on the drop, if you didn't get them for retail. So you can take your time to get these. I mean, maybe they'll go down in value down the line and you can get them for even less. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take a loss on this for sure when I sell it. You know what I mean? But they're probably gonna, on the resale market, they're probably gonna go even lower to the point where you'll probably pay retail, maybe under retail, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna hover around retail, at least for the, you know, for the near foreseeable future. I don't know what it's gonna do in a few months or a year or two, but yeah, I found some Jordan 1 lost and founds for 300 bucks, man. And those things, you guys know how high those were. And so you just wait a couple years, sometimes things drop, and then it's perfect time to swing back around and get the pair that you've been wanting for a couple years. Okay. Out of the pack, honestly, this was my favorite pair. The initial plan was to only get this pair, and I believe this is like Lunar New Year, right? Or Year of the Horse, something like that. Maybe both. I don't know. Again, man, I'm sorry for starting these videos without having all the info, but that's neither here nor there. Let's just talk about the shoe. It doesn't really matter, honestly, what it's called. We're just talking about how it looks. Now, the initial plan was to only go after this pair, but, you know, things turned out the way they turned out. I think this was a China exclusive, and so this was definitely a resale market purchase, because don't live in China, so that was the only way to get these, was to purchase on the resale market, unless you lived in China, right? So this is the pair that I wanted initially, the only pair I wanted initially, and yeah, but things turned out the way they did. I got all the pairs, so I figured I got 3 pairs, I might as well get that 4th pair, even though I'm gonna really overpay for those. But it's the one with the least stock, so it's the most hyped and the most valuable. So yeah, so and quick little story about that. So I was on eBay looking, debating which pair to buy. This pair specifically, the seller had it listed for like $100 under the average price. I don't remember exactly what the average price was. Let's say it was $350. He had it listed for like $250, $270, somewhere around there, about 75, 80, $100, somewhere around there. I don't remember exactly, but it was close to $100 under the average price. And I was like, dude, that's a good price. I should pull the trigger on that. At that time, the LA ones, the limited ones, were hovering, I want to say around 400 or under 400. Anyway, the choice I had to make was pull the trigger on this pair because it's low and way lower than this one seller had it, way lower than all the other pairs. Swing back around and get the other pair, the LA pair. So I had to kind of guess like which one of these was gonna hold the market value, which one was going to go up, which one was going to drop. I made the mistake of trying to guesstimate which one was gonna do what, and I was thinking, well, that LA pair is already high. It's probably not gonna rise too much higher. And since then, it's gone up like 150, 250 bucks, or 200 bucks, give or take. So they're up there now. I think they're well above 400 bucks, and yeah, so I'm thinking I bought the wrong pair first. I should have bought the LA pair first and then swung back around and got this pair. But regardless, I'm still gonna get that pair. What does this say right here? Year of the horse, bro. So there we go. Year of the horse. I thought it was Lunar New Year. Again, let's see if it says Lunar New Year on the other tongue. Year of the horse. Year of the horse. So yeah, I really like these, man. I like the red hits, the heel tab, and of course the classic little Levi's tab. I like the cell colorways, man. I don't know why. Cream, cell, whatever you want to call it. I think these go good. Some blue jeans, some black jeans, whatever. These are nice to pull off fits with. Yeah, man. So this is the Levi's pack. All of them got the little hang tag. Just wanted to go over this quick little pack again. Let me reiterate that this is a good pair to get. This one right here is a good pair to get to kind of make it your own and customize, man. And it's a Jordan 3. It's a great looking shoe. You don't have to worry about regretting, scuffing them up or whatever. You make a distressed pair, make it your own. And yeah, man, enjoy your unique pair of shoes because you decided where the scuffs or where the faded was going to be or whatnot. You know what I mean? Put tears in it, whatever. It's yours to customize, which is great. Pretty good black cement alternative. I mean, honestly, these are really nice. I'm kind of like having second thoughts about selling this. It's really nice. It's a nice pair, specifically for me because it only has a small hit of red. Where the black cement's got the gray, and then they got the red Jumpman on the tongue, and then they got the red eyelets right here, eye stays, whatever they're called, lace holes. Yeah, man, this is not a bad looking pair of shoe. If the Jordan 3 black cement didn't exist, this would be a really nice looking shoe. But since it looks so much like the black cements, that's the main critique. But again, it's a great alternative. You probably get this for less than what a black cement is going for on the resale market right now. And yeah, man, there's not much more to say about that. This is a nice pair of shoes. It's a great alternative, but I can understand why people won't want to buy it. If you're gonna go for a shoe like this, most people would want to go for the OG, the black cement. So hopefully sooner than later I'll get the LA exclusive pair, which honestly, it's an all white shoe. Growing up, white shoes are growing on me, but growing up, white shoes is just so easy to stain and scuff, man. And when white shoes got wore out, it showed really quick. If you drop something on it, someone stepped on your shoe or whatever the case might be, man, and you couldn't get that stain or scuff off, man, the shoes were ruined. So white shoes are so easy to ruin, which is why I basically stayed away from white shoes for a while. And then black shoes, especially black shoes that are like leather, man, summertime, being in the sun, yeah, that black heats up. But now we're adults. We're usually in our car, or in the office, or in the house or whatnot, right? We're not outside playing like when we were kids, right? So yeah, that white LA exclusive pair, and it's cool, but again, I think I'm just going after it because of the hype, and then just so that at one point I had the whole pack, then I can get rid of these. But yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video just to stay active, put something out there. Yeah, man, that's it. Engage in the comments, man. I'm gonna continue to ask people to engage in the comments. Especially if you're new, chop it up, man. Give me a little bit of background, like how long you been doing this, what's your goal, what you're trying to learn. You know, is there anything that you think you can teach me, like, or other people in the community? Like, I want people to engage in the comments, man. So please chop it up in the comments, man. Shoot a question, make a comment, share some stories. Yeah, man. New Kicks out.